Hi, it's Crawford. I'm from SoGol Guitar Gallery. We're here with one of our favorite customers and players, Aron Dixon. And so we're going to talk about his rig and what he's got, and what he's playing, what he's got on the floor, and about his new valve train Trenton amp here. So this is Aron, who's also playing with the Justin Spivey band.
Yeah, glad to be here. Appreciate you guys for having me.
Well, let's talk about the guitar first.
Okay, so the guitar. I started out playing Les Paul style guitars.
Yep.
And then the Fender. And I've never had a happy medium in between. I'd always get another Fender guitar, and it just didn't feel right. So this guitar was kind of, it's not necessarily like a Fender, it's not necessarily like a Gibson, it's somewhere in between, and it fits perfectly.
Yeah.
Everything's just feels more compact. It's the one, you know.
Yeah.
And this is a Ernie Ball Music Man Cutlass Roasted Special.
Check out the neck. That's some true flame right there. So you got a battery pack on the back.
Yes, and immediately what comes to mind is this is some sort of active circuit. But what they did is, rather than trying to make their single coils noiseless,
right,
they created a noiseless circuit that doesn't hinder the true, Alnico vintage sound that you get out of your single coils. So you can play, your battery dies, you don't lose anything. You may get some 60 cycle hum introduced into your rig.
Gotcha.
That's all there is to it.
Okay.
So it's great. The humbucker's great. It's a ceramic. It's a little hot sounding, warmer sounding. I dig it.
And the humbucker's really cool looking because it's plastic covered humbucker.
Yeah.
So it matches the pickups, which is something that we here freaking love. And I love the tortoiseshell pick guard on that.
Yeah, I kind of got inspiration from you. So,
that's why I kind of like it a lot. That color works great with that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, everything about it was a lot of thought went into it. The pop-in trim arm, which everybody's doing that these days. And the ability to be able to adjust the tension. You push this down, you can have this thing floating wherever you want.
Right.
It doesn't, you're not reaching and grabbing. You can put wherever you want. Cool. The truss rod wheels here. So you don't have to remove the neck or do a bunch of crazy stuff just to make some slide adjustments.
Something that makes guys like Preacher really, really happy when he can get into the truss rod without having to tear the strings off.
Absolutely.
So now let's go down to the board. You're a pedal dude. You've always been a pedal guy since I've known you. I know that this looks like this now, and probably next week it'll look something different, but it sure sounds really good what you've got going on with it.
And you're probably right. It's one of those things with me. I can be in woodshed in one night and be so happy with the tone I get. Like, I'll even send you videos sometimes like, this is it,
Yeah.
and then I'll go back in the next day and it sounds absolutely nothing like what it did the night before, and I haven't even touched anything. And my kids haven't gotten a hold of it either, so I don't want them. So I think what it boils down to is constantly looking for inspiration, and you find that through different gear. But if you guys want to check out a few of them, I'll show you.
Yep.
All right. No need to explain Polytune too much.
Right.
That's pretty straightforward. Next, I've got the Dunlop Mini Wah, and I don't use it very much, and that's kind of, it's great. I mean, it does what a wah is supposed to.
Yep. I love mine.
It fits the foot fine. I don't miss the whole treadle being there. Everything's great. So I only use that 1 or 2 times throughout the night when we're playing. The next is a pedal company called King Tone. A guy named Jesse Davey played with a band called The Hoax, and he makes these.
Okay.
And they're great. I don't use fuzz much, and as I told you earlier, I'm really integrating this in my rig to try to start playing slide more in the band I'm playing in.
Right.
And if I showed you guys my slide playing now, we would have to destroy evidence of this video. So, but just for an idea, I mean, you got several different settings on this thing, so we'll start where it is now. For me, it's mostly, you get that nasty sound, I like to roll the volume back and,
That sounds great.
And, so you got the fat and full set, and that's my favorite. That's where I keep it. And you can move over to a zonk, which is said to be more like a bender style. You'd be better with the Zeppelin tunes than me. Yeah, so I'm digging that a lot. It's the first fuzz pedal I ever had and kept. You know, a lot of my favorite players play the fuzz, and every time I get one, I don't keep it for very long. Yeah. Okay, so we'll move on a little further. Also got another one of these pedals. This is the first one I got, and I was so happy with it. Again, a lot of my favorite players use tube screamer style pedals, and every time I get one, the sound I'm hearing is not the sound
I agree. I get
that I'm getting. This was the first one that really clicked and sounded great and clear. You get that punchy neck or middle single coil tone. So like the Stevie style stuff. So, I mean, that sound that I've been wanting on tube screamers is right there.
Right.
And you also got several different settings on this, clipping settings. So you got fat, stock, and glass. That's pretty self-explanatory what it's going to do. You know, glass, you get a real brighter sound. And this switch actually affects the tone of your guitar going into the circuit. And, you know, you got your standard volume, tone, and drive like you would on regular tube screamer.
Sure.
And that affects the signal going out.
Cool.
So it alters it on both sides, and that's how you can get that real, clear. Stock 808 would be more so like real dark.
Cool. Yep.
So changes quite a bit. And then it's on the other side you get a blues breaker style.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's great. That's really honestly what I'm using for light drive, rhythm, and actually some of the country lead stuff that I attempt to do. It's a real warm sound. I really like that on the bridge and play. So I mean that's a good sound. And actually I just got this pedal from Crawford. I'm jumping ahead of one, but this is what I use for a lot of the lead. Is this Valve Train Ghost 211 pedal, and I actually boost the blues breaker side of the Duelist with this, and again I got that. That's pretty nasty. It cleans up, so I can get that kind of.
So completely different from a treble boost pedal. Goes to 11. Nothing like a treble boost, but yet a boost pedal.
Yeah, absolutely. So it kicks me up just a little bit and cut me in front of the band, but it also adds this extra little bit of mid-range, and also, I mean, in my rig, I get a little bit more clarity. Yeah. Because if you hear the blues breaker by itself, it's really kind of
mid-range.
Yeah, you hear it. I mean, it just punches you right through the mix. So I'm loving that pedal a lot. Rick did a good job when it goes to 11. And the Trenton back here, which we'll get to in a minute. Yep. Okay, so now next in the chain, we have the JHS Angry Charlie. And this is the V3. So you got a bass, middle, and treble knob. That means so much to me when we're playing a 5-piece band. I got another guitar player. Not that we're battling out, but sometimes you got to sit somewhere different in the mix with your mids.
Put them in the spectrum. Right.
Yeah. So whenever you want to make sure you're heard, and a lot of time it was so hard to realize bumping up your volume doesn't get you anywhere. Cutting up. So mids really help tailor that, and the other areas in the EQ you can too. It also does a lot with what room you're playing in.
Sure.
So the pedal I use that the most. I play a lot of my leads with that, but also I'm a huge Eric Johnson fan. Right. Everybody knows. So that's where I caught most of those sounds with that, is with the Angry Charlie.
Gotcha.
And I'll give you a taste of that. We'll see how we can do this sitting down.
Sound is there. That's a perfect sound.
Don't book me over the coals when not hitting those legs sitting. So, but yeah, close enough. And the size of my board is one thing too, because I really like modulation effects and I like to tinker with them every now and then.
Right.
I got this Keeley mod workstation, and you can have, it's got 2 banks, and you got, I think there's like 8 different effects you can have per channel. So if you want a tremolo, rotary, you can have that. You want delay, reverb, you can have that. Chorus, whatever, vibrato, you can make it whatever you want.
Cool.
So you got that. I got it set for more of a hall style reverb to go with the Trenton.
Gotcha.
And yeah, I think it sounds excellent, good enough. Great.
Yeah.
Let's take the flashback out.
Oh, that's nice.
And I got the other one set up for a rotary effect, which again I only use once through the night, and probably not the best user of rotary.
It's a nice little rotary effect though.
Yeah, and that's basically used on one song.
Awesome. That sounds great.
So that kind of wraps up the board. But I kind of stay with a small board,
Right.
to force myself not to get overboard with having too many.
Yeah.
And as much as I'm a pedal geek, I don't want to tote around.
I understand. I've got several pedals. So now, let's talk about your new love.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about this valve train Trenton. So Rick Gesner in Florida makes these valve trains, and they are freaking spectacular. It's just one of the cleanest and best sounding amps I've heard, and I know you feel the same way.
I completely agree.
You were a deluxe guy.
Yes. I kept trying different things. I kept trying amps that I found my favorite artists using, and I immediately thought that was going to give me what I wanted, but I always ended up going back to my deluxe reverb. And this is the first amp I tried. I came to the store and tried it, and you don't really get a feel for it yet. It sounded great, but whenever I took it to my first show, man, everything was, I fired on all cylinders. And the show we played last week, and the second time I got to take it out and play. Yeah, I don't see that going anywhere, and actually, I'm probably going to start using this stuff exclusively here soon. Just I really dig what he's doing. The knobs actually do something when you hear it. I don't know, we'll see if we can hear it in the video, but you do it a lot of smaller combo amps. Let's turn the volume up so we can hear the actual of what's going on. So we'll start with everything at about noon or 5.5, whatever on the dials. So, say smaller combo like this, you start messing with the bass knob, you don't get as much
the response
as you'd think you would. So we're here in the middle. You can already hear it already. Dial that all the way out. We're mighty low.
Boominess is fun.
I don't know anybody who would really use its extreme settings, but just showing how responsive and interactive this thing can be. It really adds it in there. And for the same as the other controls, you have an issue with mids, you can go here. You can really dial it back, boost your treble a little bit, bass up a little bit, and you can really get that deluxe reverb sound.
That deluxe sound is just a lot more articulate than
your notes. Everything blooms a little bit better. I don't know what that's got to do. Everything being hand built.
Yeah.
And every attention to detail.
And Rick puts fairy dust inside of it.
Whatever he's doing, I'm digging it. Absolutely.
And it's just cool looking. And the speaker in this is a.
Yeah, is it the
Raging
Cajun and a Ramrod?
And a Ramrod, so it's 210.
Yeah, and I actually, I'm as a nerd as I am, I go up and look up speaker combinations. Because immediately when I got this, I was OCD about having 2 different speakers.
Right.
Of a different type, and they blend so well. Especially, if you get a chance to mic both of them, which at one show I got to. Right. They went full out and mic both. I was like, okay, yeah, absolutely. It sounded great.
Yeah.
Playing live, they just blend so well with one another.
Yeah.
I think the Ramrod's a little more.
And this one is how many? It's just
This is 16 watt amp. It's yeah. I'm
And
playing.
it's that's a lot.
I mean, I'm playing big.
16.
Yeah, I'm playing. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would be fine.
I have a Savannah, and it's a 210.
Yeah,
It's
we're on.
really
I mean,
loud.
honestly, we're on low power mode right now. This is how I had it. I forgot I had this
okay.
at home. So I mean,
Cool.
if you were to flip this thing right now, people upstairs, you know, we'd start getting dust falling out the ceiling. But there is no lack of volume if you need it. There is no lack of controls if you need them. They're there. You know, everything. So great. And that's coming from a guy who plays with a 5-piece band. Like I said, I'm competing with,
Yeah,
you know, 3 other guys, and
Yeah,
I have no issues.
that's great.
Yeah, and ever since then, you know, the guys in the bands immediately, oh yeah, you know, your tone is just so much.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I mean I mean, to me, the most important part of your tone is beginning with your amp.
I agree.
Yeah,
It's nice.
it is. I can't wait to try some more of his stuff actually.
So the Ghost 211 and the Valve Train Trenton and all the Valve Trains are all available here at SoGol Guitar Gallery. Any of these pedals that you like, we can find those for you too. If you want a guitar like Aron's, you basically have to beat up Aron. Come down and check us out. Aron, I really appreciate you doing
Yeah,
this for me.
absolutely.
Man.
Appreciate you guys having me. Do this.
Definitely look for Justice Spivey Band out. Watch Aron play. He's pretty much amazing, and seeing him live, you'll understand what we mean by that. But come in and see us at SoGol Gallery, and have a great day.
Thank you.